Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm obviously in a different spot here. I thought I would just do a bit of a spontaneous video for you guys. I've been thinking about it a lot over the last week or so, and it's about my reading routine. I feel like I've fallen into a really good rhythm with how I'm reading. I'm getting through things much quicker than I have in previous months, and I'm also retaining that information. I feel like my retention is much stronger than it has been again in previous months and throughout the last year or so. So I thought I would talk about it. So basically my day during the week is I get up, I have a cup of coffee, I have some breakfast, and I usually get up at about 7 o'clock, and then I start work at 9. Now, there was a point in time a couple of months ago where I was trying to read during that morning time. So I'd be getting up and having a cup of coffee and then going and sitting on the couch and reading. But I don't do that anymore. What I've done instead is I'll use that morning time to do things like catch up on various YouTube videos I want to watch, catch up on the news, things like that. And then I save my reading all for the evening now. I set aside an hour to an hour and a half, and in that time I will read after dinner. So I'll go sit in my reading room where I usually sit to film these videos, and I will read 50 pages of whatever book I'm reading. Now that can take varying amounts of time. It obviously depends very heavily on the book that I'm reading at that moment. Obviously books come in different sizes. The text sizes are different, so one page in a YA fiction book isn't going to be the same thing as one page in like a Robert Caro biography, right? So I can scale that a little bit, but I find 50 pages is a really good benchmark where in most books, it takes me about an hour to read that 50 pages. Once I get really comfortable with the way the author writes, I can bring that down a lot. So currently I'm reading Ian Kershaw's Hitler, and I really like the way he writes. I find it very easy to sort of see what points he's making, internalize it, and get through the text very quickly. So 50 pages for me, I'm about 500 pages into the book now. So I've had a week and a half of getting very used to his writing style, and this is writing style in the Hitler biography. So 50 pages for me is actually coming down 45 minutes, 30 minutes even. So that's like progressing very quickly. Other books I've read recently, like the Stalin biography by Stephen Kotkin, took me close to an hour and a half to get through that 50 pages. But I found that 50 page sort of number is really good. It is a good chunk of a book to get through. If you're reading 50 pages a day, over 10 days, that's 500 pages. Over a month, that's a lot. Like you're reading, 1,500 pages a month? That's nothing to scoff at. You can get through some really big chunky books that way, or get through a lot of books that way. So I've found that's worked really well for me, not trying to read all the time and feel guilty for not reading during a lunch break or not reading on a morning. Just setting aside that hour to an hour and a half every day to sit down and just read and have that specified goal for what I am trying to achieve during that hour. So I hope that helps you. I'd love to know what your reading routine is, some of the things that have been helping you. I think that reading it's like exercise. The more you do it and the more consistent you are with it, the easier it becomes and the better you're actually going to be at reading. It is something that you have to practice, and there's no way really around that. And there's always things that you're going to be able to improve. So I'd love to know your tips. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found my tip interesting and maybe useful. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.